Alright everyone, this is it. We are essentially, because of the way I've done things in terms of the main missions, because it is possible to save this and not have this be like the final main mission you do. You actually, just once you pick this up, you can do any combo of the other three main ones, you know, Novaria, Pharos, and Finding Liara. And then once you get the Virmire mission unlocked, you can then just kind of go straight there if you want. And then finish up the rest of the main missions, whichever ones you have left over. But to me, it's more fitting to save this for last, storyline-wise. Because, well, obviously we get the choice at the end, which has big ramifications. Plus, once you have done this, we are then going to get the call to go back to the Citadel for basically the end game to start, where they're going to have the whole thing of you getting grounded and you have to break out and try to get to Ilos and all that. So the way I've done this, once we go through with this, there's no turning back. This is basically it for the end game. As far as I know, I've done all that there is to do other than the collect the resources like the medallions or the types of metals, and honestly I just don't really care that much. You know, in the grand scheme of things, it's, as far as I know, unless they changed some of the war asset stuff for later on, doing these I don't think has that much of an effect going forward. So Virmire is a lush frontier world ideal for colonization by carbon-based species. Its vast seas and orbital position on the inner life zone have created a wide equatorial band of humid tropical terrain. Unfortunately, the political instability of the nearby terminus systems has impeded colonization efforts. The high risk of raids by pirates and slavers makes it an unappealing homestead. Now, who to take with us on this mission? Obviously, Ashley and Caden have significance here, so does Rex. I guess, for one last go, we'll just go ahead and take both Ashley and Caden for one last hurrah.
Commander, I'm reading a signal. Must be our Solarian infiltration team.
Check out those defense towers.
Drop the Mako. We'll go in hot and take them out.
I'll get you in underneath their radar, Commander. Got a clean drop, Commander.
Stay out of range and continue evasive maneuvers until I bring those AA towers down.
I know the drill. Meet you at the camp once those towers are offline. Joke around.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready.
All the way over here. Oof. Could get some bad frame rate here, guys. Sorry. With the way that my machine has been reacting to these kinds of, like, environments with, you know, grass, trees, green, water. Yeah, expect lag. Sorry, guys. I'm hoping it won't be as bad once as we continue in this series. Gosh, not having to get out of the Mako to do this is weird. You guys gotta understand, every time I did this, I was constantly just getting out of the Mako and just attacking them on my own so I could get more XP. I like leveling faster. What do you want from me? I know some people prefer to level slower and you know, with the whole grind and everything, but I'm not one of those who likes grinding, so. I am glad that they fixed the XP issue with killing things with the Mako instead of on foot. It's something I personally prefer. Not just in Mass Effect, but in just any other games in general. Okay. You know, when you think about it, what happens here on this planet has huge ramifications going forward. And I'm not just talking about, like, you know, the squad mate dying thing. You know, the whole thing with Rex and the cure of the genophage that was found here. And the effects that of finding out about what happens here has on other stuff going forward. You know, involving, like, other Krogan and such. Remember how often it gets referenced, even in Mass Effect 2. And of course, what happens here involving Rex does have a very large effect on what happens involving trying to cure the genophage in 3. Here we go.
There's the artillery that's keeping Normandy at bay.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and charge me while I'm using a shotgun. Yeah.
I'm reading that the grid is down, Commander. On approach to the Solarian base now. Out.
Ready to move out, Commander.
Double check. Aha. Okay. What? But I hit the gate control. Could have sworn I hit the gate control there? Did I do it in the wrong order? There we go. Vehicle gates open. You know, I gotta be honest with you guys. Look, I love this game. Okay? You know, but as I've said before, it's rough around the edges. As much as I love this first one, my love for it pales in comparison to Mass Effect 2. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm glad that we're at this point in the game, because this means we're getting closer to finishing it up and getting to Mass Effect 2, which is what I really want to get to, because, well, it's Mass Effect 2. And I'll talk much more about this when we do our part 1, because I'll be talking for a bit, you know. Just giving you that heads up, in case there are those of you wondering.
Last one.
Yeah.
Be able to reach the Solarian camp.
I have quite a bit to say about Mass Effect 2 before we get started on it. So, when we get to part 1 of the Mass Effect 2 run, we'll I'll just be sitting and just talking for a bit. Could be longer than that, because I have quite a bit to say, not just from a personal perspective and view on Mass Effect 2, but there's also some things about it I want to share with you in case you aren't aware of it. But yeah, I also do want to share some of the personal significance that Mass Effect 2 had for me, because I was not one of those who get introduced to the series via this game. I got introduced via number 2.
Commander, Normandy's touched down at the base, but it looks like we're grounded. The Solarian captain can explain when you get here.
Like I said, I'll talk more about this when we get to Mass Effect 2. Which I am looking forward to. And I also would like to know if there is 1 or 2 mods I'm going to be trying to utilize for Mass Effect 2. It's going to be... One of them is going to be the mod that basically fixes the scanning minigame, which we all hate.
So what are we supposed to do now?
Stay put until we can come up with a plan.
Hey, Kiri. So, that's something I'm very much wanting to do. That if I am going to try and, start utilizing mods, which I did find the thing on Nexus, which is supposed to be like the mod manager, mainly intended for all the Mass Effect games, like it's just for Mass Effect. So I have it set up on my, ready to go. I just haven't actually started downloading and installing mods for any of them yet. But it's something I'm very much considering because, well, let's be honest, fixing the scanning minigame in 2 is sounds very appealing. It's like the mod in Dragon Age Inquisition that takes away the timer for the table missions, which were annoying, and I'm glad there's a mod that just gets rid of that timer, so you can just do them just instantly. And that's basically the same thing with the scanning minigame in 2. So it's something I'm very much considering. I guess I'm bringing this up because I'm wondering, are you guys okay with me doing that? Would you prefer I just do it straight up normal the way it was? Or would you like to see me go ahead and try and set up that mod and try and get it working, so that way we can just kind of skip through it. Plus you can see how the mod works. So, anyways.
Are you in charge here? What's the situation?
I'm Captain Kirahi, 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG. You and your crew have just landed in the middle of a hot zone. Every AA gun within 10 miles has been alerted to your presence.
Oh, that's just great. What now?
We stay put until the Council sends the reinforcements we requested.
We are the reinforcements.
What? You're all they sent? I told the Council to send a fleet.
We couldn't understand your transmission. They sent me to investigate.
That is a repetition of our task. I lost half my men investigating this place.
So what have you found?
Saren's base of operations. He set up a research facility here, but it's crawling with Geth and very well fortified.
Is he here? Have you seen him?
No, but his Geth are everywhere, and we've intercepted some comms referring to Saren. This is his facility, there's no doubt about that.
What's Saren researching?
He's using the facility to breed an army of Krogan.
How is that possible?
Apparently, Saren has discovered a cure for the genophage.
What's so important about curing this genophage?
It was the solution to the Krogan problem.
We introduced the genophage to the Krogan population after the uprising, to quell their numbers. Without it, the Krogan will quickly overrun the galaxy. And these Krogan follow Saren.
Okay, let me just say this. I don't want to put this on Kirahi, because Kirahi is a good guy. He'll even show this when we get to see him. I'm going to try and make sure he lives through this so we can see him again in Mass Effect 3. But this is part of the... This is one of the things that kind of led me to start really disliking the Solarians. Is this absolute certainty that they have in their mentality that to them it's just a given that the Krogan would overrun everything and just annihilate everything if they didn't use the genophage, or not then, but if it was cured now, that history would just repeat itself, that there would not be any change at all, that there's just such this. I'll bring this up again when we get to Mass Effect 3, but this absolute certainty that they have that it's of course going to happen, that it's just a given, it's something that just irritates me. Because you cannot just say, oh, well, of course it would happen. No, things are different. Times have changed, and there's a whole different set of things. It's like what Morden says when we, variables. The variables have changed. There's too many variables, and they've changed since then. They're different. I can't wait to get to Morden in Mass Effect 2. Can you tell I'm looking forward to 2 and 3? Yes, I am also looking forward to 3. I'll talk more about that when we get there, obviously. I have to. There's no... Part 1 of 2 and 3, a good chunk of it is going to be me just talking about the games, because I have to talk about them when we get there. But anyways.
The Geth are bad enough, but a Krogan army. He'd be almost unstoppable.
Exactly my thoughts. We must ensure that this facility and its secrets are destroyed.
Destroyed? I don't think so. Our people are dying. This cure can save them.
If that cure leaves this planet, the Krogan will become unstoppable. We can't make the same mistake again.
We are not a mistake.
Yeah, I'm with Rex on that.
Is he going to be a problem? We already have enough angry Krogan to deal with.
Now, I don't get upset with Kirahi about this, because, for one thing, Kirahi doesn't really know Rex. He just sees him as a Krogan. It's not until later that he'll get to know Rex a little bit better, and, that he'll get to see that Rex is not, not a typical, stereotypical Krogan, like he's used to dealing with. Because that's what he is concerned, that the stereotypical Krogan will be what eventually, has all... the stereotypical Krogan will once again try to retake over like they did before. That's what Kirahi is concerned about. So he just sees Rex as just another Krogan. But the way, he put that and how Rex responded, that we are not a mistake, think about that. Think about being told or hearing somebody say that that your people are a mistake. How would you react? Wouldn't you react in the same way that Rex did just now? I would. I feel for Rex here. I totally get his feelings here.
He'll be fine. I'll talk to him.
I'd appreciate that, Commander. My men and I need to rethink our plan of attack. Can you give us some time?
Go ahead, Captain. I'll come back soon.
We won't be long, Commander. In the meantime, if you need any supplies, you can talk to Commander Rentola. He's in one of the tents nearby.
Looks like things are a bit of a mess.
Yeah. I wouldn't be so worried if it wasn't for Rex. Looks like he's gonna blow a gasket.
You think I should go talk to him?
It wouldn't hurt. Well, it might actually. Just do it carefully.
I'll be careful. But be ready, just in case.
I'm always ready.
Yep. Now, I know some people that they weren't even looking at Rex. I'm waiting for him to do it. That they were just kind of like, just going around and all that, talking to everybody. And then... just hearing that, they were just like, whoa, what was that? And it just kind of like flipped them out.
I'm concerned about Rex. Can we still trust him?
Yes, Garrus. Don't worry, you two will be best of friends.
The upcoming battle frightens me, but I know Saren must be stopped.
Greetings, human. I am Commander Rentola. I can provide you with supplies for the upcoming mission. For anything else, I suggest you speak with Captain Kirahi.
Just tell me what you have available.
We have limited reserves. We requested a fleet to destroy Saren's base. Instead, they sent you.
Your request never came through. We'll just have to make do.
That much is clear.
Let me see what you have.
What little there is.
License. That's all that really matters. I'll take care of this later. Not a big deal until I get the notice that says your inventory is filling up. I'd like to think that there are fish over there and he's actually trying to take some target practice on those fish.
I am worried that Rex's allegiance to you may be waning.
Hey, Rex.
This isn't right, Shepard. If there's a cure for the genophage, we can't destroy it.
I understand you're upset, but we both know Saren's the enemy here. He's the one you should be angry with.
Really? Saren created a cure for my people. You want to destroy it. Help me out here, Shepard. The lines between friend and foe are getting a little blurry from where I stand.
This isn't a cure, it's a weapon, and if Saren is allowed to use it, you won't be around to reap the benefits. None of us will.
That's a chance we should be willing to take. This is the fate of my entire people we're talking about. I've been loyal to you so far. Hell, you did more for me than my family ever did. But if I'm going to keep following you, I need to know we're doing it for the right reasons.
So I probably said this before, but that dialogue is different based on whether or not you've done his loyalty quest where you found that armor that belonged to his, I think it was his grandfather, he said. And then you get different options that are here if you haven't done that quest. Like you have to get a Paragon check for this one here or a Renegade check. And then there's some other options here, like you can actually signal for Ashley to, go ahead and take Rex out, like from a sniping position. Or you can just try and kill him yourself. Which I believe I showed you guys in my Renegade run. Because that's part of... There's a method, or there's a reason for that. And then if we get back to, continuing my Renegade run, I will show you the whole point of why that matters.
Rex, these Krogan are not your people. They're slaves of Saren, tools. Is that what you want for them?
No, we were tools for the Council once. To thank us for wiping out the Rachni, they neutered us all. I doubt Saren will be as generous. All right, Shepard. You've made your point. I don't like this, but I trust you enough to follow your lead. Just one thing. When we find Saren, I want his head. If we're doing this, let's go.
Rex survived. Music.
Nice work with Rex. I didn't think anything would calm him down.
It won't be an easy fight, but we're ready when you are.
With all these defenses, Saren must be hiding something big.
What? What? I don't know why the sound is so low there.
Thank you for speaking with the Krogan. The assault on Saren's base will be difficult enough as it is.
I assume that means you've come up with a plan.
Of sorts. We can convert our ship's drive system into a 20-kiloton ordnance. Crude, but effective.
Nice. Drop that nuke from orbit, and Saren can kiss his Turian ass goodbye.
Unfortunately, the facility is too well fortified for that. We'll need to place the bomb at a precise location.
Where do we take the nuke? And how do we get there?
The bomb must be taken to the far side of the facility. Your ship can drop it off, but we'll need to infiltrate the base, disable the AA guns, and pacify any ground forces first.
You want us to go in on foot? We don't have enough men.
It does sound a bit risky. Is there no other way?
No, but I think we can work around that. I'm going to divide my men into 3 teams and hit the front of the facility. While we've got their attention, you can sneak your shadow team in the back.
It's a good idea, but your people are gonna get slaughtered.
We're tougher than we look, Commander. But it's true. I don't expect many of us will make it out alive. And that makes what I'm going to ask even more difficult. I need one of your men to accompany me, to help coordinate the teams.
We'll need someone who knows Alliance communication protocols.
I volunteer, Commander.
Not so fast, LT. Commander Shepard will need you to arm the nuke. I'll go with the Solarians.
With all due respect, Gunnery Chief, it's not your place to decide.
Why is it that whenever someone says, with all due respect, they really mean kiss my ass?
You know what I love about that line from Ashley is that actually has follow-up when we get to Mass Effect 3. Now, you don't really get this until... What's funny about that is that it wasn't in the original version of Mass Effect 3. It was only included in the what they call it, the extended cut DLC, the one that added more to the endings. So, and this is only something you get if you are in a romance with Ashley, where, you know, when you're making the big final charge on Earth against Sovereign, and one of your squad mates gets hurt badly, if you have Ashley with you, your romance starts, it's going to be Ashley, and you will tell your other squad mate, get Ashley out of here, and she'll like, no, and he's like, don't argue with me, Ash, and, or like, you know, you got to get out of here, and she says, with all due respect, Commander, and he's like, it's like, don't argue with me, Ash, because you know what she means by that from this line. That she's really saying, kiss my ass. I just love that they actually had some follow-up to that line with Ashley. Anyways, I just wanted to share that, because I won't be showing you guys that in this run, since, you know, we're playing FemShep or not romancing Ashley. But, you know, it's one of those where if you go through with that romance on that, you know, then you get to experience it. I just thought that was really cool, so.
Who would be better suited to the mission?
Either of these two will do, Commander. Both seem willing to sacrifice their lives if necessary, though if we are lucky, such sacrifices won't be required.
So, the implication here is that Caden needs to be, you know, to not be sent because apparently he's better at programming the nuke because he's a Sentinel. He has both biotics but also tech, whereas Ashley is just a straight-up soldier. So, storyline-wise, it does actually make more sense to have Ashley go with Kirrahe and have Caden do the nuke. The reality, though, is that gameplay-wise, it doesn't matter. You can do either one and nothing changes. It's not like, you know, having Ashley handle the nuke changes anything in regards to that. You can do either one just fine, so it doesn't really matter. So, as I said, I wanted to show something specific, so in order to show that specific scenario and scene, I'm going to actually have Ashley go with him.
Williams, you'll accompany the captain. No heroics, understood?
Aye, aye, Commander.
I will have the ordnance loaded onto the Normandy and brief your crew on its detonation sequencing. Do you have any questions before we go, Commander?
Shadow seems clear enough. What would the other teams be called?
Eigor, Manovai, and Jaeto. They were the initial settlements on our first 3 colony worlds. They are at the heart of Solarian territory to this day. These names will remind my men what they are fighting for. They must have a personal stake in the fight if we are to have any chance of success.
You know what I like about Kirrahe is that, one, he is someone who clearly cares about his men and his people, and 2, that he's one of those who likes to try and help his men via inspiration, trying to boost their morale. He really seems to focus a lot on that. We're going to see this in just a moment when he gives an awesome speech. You know, even Morden comments this on this later. But he seems to really emphasize the idea of winning victories by helping boost the morale and inspiration of his men. That they will fight better because they were better inspired or had better morale. And I like that.
The Normandy's picking me up. How will your teams escape the blast?
We will engage the Geth as long as possible. Once the bomb is in place, we will fall back to try and escape the blast radius. If we move quickly, we should be able to escape with acceptable casualties. If not, then our memories will live on as martyrs to a greater cause.
You talk like this is a suicide mission.
I won't lie to you, Commander. There is a chance none of us will survive this assault, even your team. But we do what is necessary.
I want to know more about the bomb. How reliable is it going to be?
Its reliability depends on the person arming it, but it will do the job. The drive system is highly impervious to damage from external sources. Once it has been armed, very little can stop it. The key is getting it into place and armed before the Geth can stop us.
I'm ready when you are, Captain.
Excellent. Then if you'll excuse me, I need to prepare my men.
Well, this is it. Don't do anything stupid while I'm gone, LT. You too, Commander.
We'll be fine. You'll see.
Yeah, good luck.
Is there something you want to say, Chief?
I don't know, it's just weird, going under someone else's command. I've got used to working with you. All of you.
Don't worry. We'll see you on the other side.
I know. It's been an honor serving with you, Commander.
It doesn't matter if we're not in the same unit. We are still a team. Watch each other's backs, keep your eyes open, and fight like I know you can. We'll all come out of this in one piece.
Bet, Commander.
Time for an awesome speech.
You all know the mission and what is at stake. I have come to trust each of you with my life, but I have also heard murmurs of discontent. I share your concerns. We are trained for espionage. We would be legends, but the records are sealed. Glorying in battle is not our way. Think of our heroes. The Silent Steppe, who defeated a nation with a single shot. Or the Ever Alert, who kept armies at bay with hidden facts. These giants do not seem to give us solace here, but they are not all that we are. Before the network, there was the fleet. Before diplomacy, there were soldiers. Our influence stopped the Rachni, but before that, we held the line. Our influence stopped the Krogan, but before that, we held the line. Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we will hold the line.
I'm sorry, I wanted some kind of cheer there from his men, like, yeah! Because holy mackerel. Awesome speech. We will hold the line! Awesome. And I'm sorry, I just also love those kinds of, speeches, those big morale boosting speeches from the leaders, the commanders. There's a reason why I love it, like, for example, in the Total War games, where they've had those, the general giving the big speech to his army, before the big battle. I mean, who doesn't love that, right? It's one of the reasons why the scene from Braveheart is always so talked about. The whole thing with William Wallace, like, they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Just everyone, remembers that scene because it's just so awesome and epic. You love the big, awesome, epic speech before a great battle to get yourself all fired up. I love that. And I know I'm not alone in that. So now who do we take for this? I'm not taking Caden. We had our big last hurrah with Caden. We'll take Garrus. It may be, kind of makes sense, to bring Rex, but not necessarily. Liara or Tally? I'm thinking about, like, the significance of what happens as we go through this mission. We have Garrus, so we don't necessarily have to bring Tally for any, like, hacking, because Garrus can provide that enough. Let's go ahead and bring Liara.
Com check. Do you read me, Commander?
Loud and clear.
Good. We'll start our push. We'll try to make it to the AA guns, but it might be up to you to finish the job. And Commander, if you see any way to undermine their defenses, we could definitely use the help.
Oh, I'll definitely be helping you with that. I'm now having buyer's remorse and wishing that I had brought Tally instead. It makes sense that we're going to be fighting a lot of Geth here. And plus, I kind of intend to bring Liara when we go to Ilos. But whatever. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. And when we return, we will be storming the facility of Virmire to try and stop Saren and his Krogan army and try to make sure that Kira, and his squad survive. Plus, a very, very memorable and fascinating conversation with someone of great significance. Stay tuned.